From the bookshelf of the world. From the bookshelf of the world, for the members of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, the Armed Forces Radio Service brings you another radio dramatization of a celebrated stage play, On Borrowed Time by Paul Osborne, starring Boris Karloff, and that distinguished actor-manager Walter Hampton as narrator. And so, for our next 30 minutes, we'll be On Borrowed Time.
Our first scene is the living room of a comfortable old house in the little town of Gainesville. There's a porch outside with a bountifully laden apple tree just by the railing. Let's see. Oh, yes, there's a hired girl in the kitchen, dog somewhere on the premises, and there's Pud. Pud, a small boy as inquisitive as all small boys, who has come to live here with Gramps.
Where do people go when they die, Gramps?
Where the woodbine twineth.
Is it comfortable in a coffin? As comfortable as my bed?
Sure, of course 'tis. As comfortable as your bed.
My Mama and Papa are in coffins. I'm an orphan.
Who told you that?
Aunt Demetria.
Aunt Demetria, eh? That old bird stuffer.
Why is Aunt Demetria so mean, Gramps?
Oh, born that way.
Why she want to take me away from you, Gramps?
'Cause it's about the only way she can get her fingers on the $15,000 that your dad left you, Pud. Some folks are funny that way. Well, you'd best go have your supper now, boy, while I finish this letter I'm trying to write you.
Who are you writing to?
To Reverend Murdoch. He looked pretty shabby when he was preaching that funeral sermon. I guess preaching don't pay what it used to.
What you writing him for?
I'm going to send him a check for $50. Now, that's a good deed, ain't it?
Oh, Gramps, if you do a good deed, you can make a wish and it'll come true.
Yeah, that's so, boy?
That's what my book says.
Well, it must be so, then.
So make a wish, Gramps. Make a wish.
All right, boy, as soon as I think of a good one.
Gramps! Somebody's stealing the apples again.
Oh, darn it. I swear, I wish anybody who climbed that tree would have to stay up there till I let him down.
Gramps, you made a wish.
Huh?
A wish. You wished anyone who climbed that tree would have to stay there till you let him down.
Yeah, a lot of good it'll do me.
Gee, I bet we catch one of those bad boys up there and we can keep him up there for 100 years. Maybe 1,000,000 years, huh, Gramps?
Oh, hush, boy, hush.
What's the matter, Gramps? Are you sick?
Nothing, boy, nothing. Just growing pains, I guess.
We all know that faith, if it is strong enough, can work a miracle. So perhaps because a little boy believed utterly in a wish coming true, it came true. Gramps, who always let the young thieves of his apples get away, no matter how much he shouted vengeance, found the next boy stuck in the tree, quite unable to get down, until Gramps, astonished, said the word. Could that be why he smiles now, as he sits on the porch with closed eyes at sunset a few days later? Or could he be devising some scheme to thwart Aunt Demetria's efforts to take charge of Pud and the $15,000 he inherited? Growing pains, he'd told Pud. It was true. Gramps was growing old and very tired.
Good evening. Mr. Julian Northrop, I believe.
What's that? I didn't catch it.
Most people don't hear me the first time.
Well, how in blazes could I hear you if I was asleep?
Are you sure you were asleep?
Yeah. I guess I must have drowsed off. I felt kind of tired all of a sudden. Who are you? What do you want?
You. I request that you come with me.
Where are you going?
Where the woodbine twineth.
Where the wood... Well, I said that. I made it up. That's what you say to a child. I ain't no child. Say, look here. Who in blazes are you?
You may call me Mr. Brink.
Well, look here, Mr. Brink. I don't like you. I don't like the way you snuck up here. I don't like the way you talk. And I wouldn't go with you to a rat fight. So now you know.
I'm afraid that is as it may be.
Oh, you are. Well, you better get out of here right away.
You see, it's time for you to come with me.
No, it ain't. I ain't going nowheres. I'm going to stay right here with Pud. So you get out of here. Go on now, get off my property.
Now, let's not be difficult about it. Your wife was so charming to me. She didn't fight me away. And this time, you can't.
No,
Come now.
No.
Come.
No, Pud.
You're being difficult. It's so easy and so pleasant. Now, don't worry. Look at me.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Brink. I think I'd like to have one last apple before I go.
All right.
You wouldn't like to get it for me, would you?
It's a curious request, but why not? Now, this one or this one?
Ones you can reach ain't so good as the ones higher up in the tree. They're the sweetest. So, you don't mind climbing, since it's my last request?
Very well. Is this high enough to suit you? If it is, I can pick it
I
up.
don't want none of them. I got you up that tree, and now you're going to stay there till I tell you to come down.
And that's how it happened that Mr. Brink, who was Death, became confined in the apple tree in Gramps' yard in Gainesville. Gramps could see him and talk to him, and so oddly enough could Pud. But to everyone else, Mr. Brink was invisible, and his presence there was a secret. A secret, that is, until the day workmen came and started to erect a high fence around the tree. Not one to impede the progress of a secret, Aunt Demetria Riffle was also on hand. And before long, so was Dr. Evans, who soon heard the whole story.
Is this supposed to be a joke, Miss Riffle?
What would you say if I told you I believe it was the gospel truth?
I'm afraid I'd say you were crazy.
I would be crazy, wouldn't I? And what if I told you that Mr. Brink is a man just like you who goes around taking people away with him when it's time for them to die?
Die?
And not only that, touching that tree is the only way anyone can die. There is no more death in the world, Doctor, until Julian lets Mr. Brink come down.
What in tarnation are you doing here, Dr. Evans? Oh, Dimitri.
Northrop, do you mean to say that there's somebody sitting up in that tree
That's right.
and nobody in the world can die anymore?
Not until I say so. Unless they touch that tree, or one of them apples, or Mr. Brink himself.
You're not serious about this, Northrop.
Listen, I don't want you to go telling anybody about this. I got him up there, and now I got to figure out what in tarnation I'm going to do with him. Mr. Brink.
Sir?
Notice he calls me sir.
You see, Doctor, he thinks someone's answering.
I'm sorry I ain't had more of a chance to talk with you.
Perhaps I shouldn't say it, but I'm not extremely upset by that.
You ain't mad at me, are you?
I think I might justifiably be allowed some slight irritation.
Well, I wouldn't have put you up there without a mighty good reason. I got you up there so this old hellion couldn't get Pud and the money his father left him.
Julian!
Now, Mr. Brink, you see this old battle axe here? Her name's Demetria Riffle. You got anything on your schedule about when you're supposed to snuff her out?
Riffle? No such name has come to my attention yet.
Well, I'm going to keep you up there until it's time for you to exterminate her.
Are you going to be home later this evening, Northrop?
Yeah, of course I am.
I may be over and talk some more about this. Goodbye, Northrop.
I'm so, too.
Goodbye, Evans. And listen, don't worry none about any of your patients dying for a while yet. Well, boy, back to work now.
Why don't they hear Mr. Brink, Gramps?
I don't know, boy. I guess they're all too busy. Come in, sit down, Doc. You too, Dimitri, if you got to.
You haven't time for that, Julian.
As a matter of fact, Northrop, I've been telling a man I know about Mr. Brink and the tree.
Oh, now, what did you go and do that for?
Oh, what's the use? Try to get this straight, Julian, will you? Dr. Evans talked to Mr. Grimes, the head of the state insane asylum, and he's taking you there now.
He's taking me Doc, you're taking me to the insane asylum?
It's just for observation, Northrop.
But there ain't nothing wrong with me, Doc.
Then we'll find that out.
Honest, there ain't nothing wrong with me.
Are you going along quiet, Julian, or does he have to put a straitjacket on you? He can. He's already certified you.
Oh, well, sort of looks like I got to go, don't it? Well, I'll just go up and say goodbye to Pod.
No.
You'll see him tomorrow. Miss Riffle will bring him up to the asylum. Better come along now, Northrop.
Sure. Yes, I'm going to go right along with you. I'm going to march right up to that bug house and surprise him. Oh, wait.
What's the matter?
My badge. I got to have my badge like I wear in parades. I'm a veteran, you know.
Fine. You couldn't march without your badge, now, could you?
No, sirree. It's right here in the desk. I was afraid for a minute it was upstairs, but I got it. Now there.
A gun.
Put that gun down. Put it down. This is no way of getting out of it.
It's the only way that occurs to me at the minute. Now, listen. I ain't going to no bug house. And I ain't going to let this old she-cat have Pod.
Oh.
Now, listen, Doc. I'll make a bargain with you. You take the worst poison you got in that bag and put some of it in a tumbler. Then you catch a fly and put him in the poison. If that fly dies, I'll give myself up to you, to the police, to anybody. Go to the insane asylum. Do anything you say. I promise. Cross my heart. Well?
It's the easiest way, Miss Riffle.
Yes, yes.
All right, Northrop, okay.
You get the poison. I'll get the glass. And, Dimitri, you catch a fly. You ought to enjoy that.
Oh, what?
Now, of course, a bet ain't a bet that don't cut both ways. If the fly lives, you got to swear I'm sane.
Oh, Doctor.
Don't worry, Miss Riffle. I know darn well I can kill a fly. If I can't, I'll quit medicine. All right, Northrop. Where's the fly, Demetria?
Wait a minute. Here's one.
You got him?
Yeah. You got the poison?
Yeah. Enough to kill a horse.
Put it in the tumbler.
All right.
Don't get so excited, little fly. You'll be buzzing around just as good as new pretty soon. Now, in you go. There he is, Doc. Smack down in your horse poison. And you still think you can kill a fly, eh?
I've always thought I could, Northrop.
Well, you live and learn, Evans. You live and learn.
All right. He's been in there long enough. I'll get him out with these tweezers and put him down on the table. There he is.
Looks kind of sick, don't he?
Sick? If I ever saw anything dead, I don't know what is.
He's dead, Northrop.
No, he ain't. Let me stir him a mite.
You see? You're crazy, that's all. Well, Doctor, why?
It failed, Miss R. He'll come along with me now, I think. All right, Northrop. A bet's a bet.
Well, I'll be turning.
So let's get going. Put down that gun.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
He moved.
What?
Yes, sir. Look. He's drunk as a lord, but we didn't say nothing about that. Look, he's moving right across the table.
I'll be...
Dr. Evans, you didn't give him enough poison.
I gave him enough to kill 1,000,000 flies.
Well, now will you believe what I've been telling you about Mr. Brink?
Well, it seems I must, Northrop.
Where's the paper that says I'm crazy?
Right here.
Thanks, Doc. Now I guess you and Dimitri better go home, because I'm kind of tired.
Signed, James Evans, M.D.
Just read that last part again, Sheriff, where Dr. Evans signed.
All right, Northrop. Dr. James Evans, having testified that the said Julian Northrop is incapable of managing himself and his property, it's the order of this court that he be committed to the Gainesville Institution for the Insane according to the laws of this state. It's further ordered that the custody of the child be awarded to his aunt, Demetria Riffle.
And to fix me up good and proper, ain't you, Evans?
I warned you I'd do anything I could, Northrop.
I'll be good to the boy while you're in the asylum, Julian. Come, Pud. You're to come home with me now.
No, Gramps. Gramps.
Come along, Northrop.
I want to go with you, Gramps.
You can't, boy. You got your whole life ahead of you.
got my whole life ahead of me. I want to go with you. I love you, Gramps. Don't you love me anymore?
Oh, sure, boy. I'm just trying to make you understand.
But I'll go with you, Gramps.
You can't, boy, you can't.
Then I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore either.
Well, Julian?
Demi, you be good to him. You see that he gets some fun out of life.
Oh, I will.
Will you not be hugging and kissing him all the time like you do?
I have wonderful plans for him already. I'll start him in school next year. I'll teach him little poems to recite.
You'll do what?
Well, I'll teach him how to behave nicely, how to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and curtsy.
Oh, curtsy. You're going to make Pud into a sissy. Well, that settles it. I'm staying right here.
Northrop, you can't take care of Pud if you're in the asylum?
Oh. Well, Mr. Brink, looks kind of like the time has come.
Yes, Northrop, the time has come.
I hope you ain't going to hold anything against me. Remember, the only reason I got you up there was to keep Demi from getting the boy.
I've taken that into consideration.
I don't suppose, by any chance, you've had any word about taking her yet.
No, there's been no call for Miss Riffle.
What's that? You were supposed to take her an hour ago. Well, if you're supposed to take Demi, too, how about slipping the sheriff in for good measure?
Hey, what the devil is this?
No, it's murder.
What's that, Mr. Brink? You'll take the sheriff, too? Well, thank you. Come on, Demi. Sheriff, line up here. Give me your hands. Here we go. Off to glory.
Stop him, somebody. Stop him.
You can't do this, Northrop.
Hold on there, Northrop. We'll do anything you want us to.
All right. Mr. Brink, from now on, anybody who tries to make me let you come down, you got to take them, too.
I will not.
Thank you very much. Now, get out of here, all of you. I'm going to stay right here and take care of Pud. I don't care if the whole world falls apart. So get out of here. Get off my property and stay off. Don't ever come back. Go on now. Beat it.
He was an old man, Gramps, and not well. The challenging battles for his sanity had tired him. He slept late the next morning, so it came about that little Pud got up first and went out on the porch by himself in the early morning sunlight to wait for Gramps. And from the apple tree, Mr. Brink watched.
Pud.
Oh, there, Mr. Brink.
Why, what's the matter, Pud?
Nothing. I'm waiting for my Gramps.
Why? Can't you do things by yourself?
Of course I can. I just don't want to.
Oh, that's because you're still a baby, Pud.
I ain't a baby. Don't you dare call me a baby. I'll spit in your eye.
You might find that rather difficult.
Why?
You couldn't reach me to do it.
I could, too.
Oh, you'd be afraid.
Who's afraid? Nuts.
That's not very polite.
It's politer than you are, you big squab of bush of puss.
I never heard that word before.
So what? Neither did I.
You can make up words.
Sure I can. I can do anything.
Oh, no, you can't. You can't even climb a tree.
I can, too. I climbed that tree before you got up it, and I climbed it down again. It's more than you can do.
You're right about that. But you couldn't do it now. Why, you can't even climb that fence.
I could do it with one hand.
Well, let's see.
All right. All I've got to do is start from the rail here and reach over to the... Ouch, that hurts my hand.
Baby, I told you. Baby.
Who's a baby? Here I go. You just watch me. Watch. Who said I couldn't climb this old fence? Look, I'm on top of it, sitting right up on top. Most the size as you.
That's right. I never thought you could do it. I guess you must be stronger than I thought. I guess you can do everything. Even stand up on the fence.
Sure I can. Watch me.
Easy. Come on now. Just a little more. Up. On the edge there. Get one leg over, then brace, and up. There you are, Pud.
Yeah. Golly. I can see far up here.
Can you see me now?
Yes. Gee, why do you make your voice so whispery, Mr. Brink?
Don't you like it?
Yes.
Good. Can you see my face?
Yes, I can see your face.
Look at me, Pud. Right at me.
Gee, you've got funny eyes, Mr. Brink. And make me dizzy. You've got ghost eyes.
You're dizzy because you're high up, but I'll help you, Pud. Look at me again. That's right. Now I'm going to put out my hand to steady you. Keep on looking at me. Give me your hand.
It's too far.
No, it isn't. Just lean forward.
Yeah, I am. I can't. I'm gonna fall. Grant! Where are we going, Grant?
Just down here, Bud. I'm just carrying you down the steps a little ways. Maybe far as the tree.
I don't want to go there. My back hurts. My back. I want tape on my back, Grant.
You got tape on it, Bud. Now, hush, boy. Hush just for a minute. Mr. Brink.
Yes?
Mr. Brink, Pud's in terrible pain. Dr. Evans just left. He says he'll never be able to walk again. Why did you let him do it, Mr. Brink?
My dear man, I didn't mean to hurt the boy. I just meant to take him. It was the only way out. I even waited a day to let the others force you. But you were too clever for them.
But you could have found some other way than to pick on the boy.
It's only through the boy that I have any hope of getting down from here. He's the only reason you won't let me come down. You yourself sentenced me to stay here until it was time for Miss Riffle to die. And already the world is beginning to feel the pain and sorrow and bewilderment in keeping me here. And it's getting worse every hour.
I guess I tried to bite off more than I could chew.
Much more.
Will you come down, please, and take us both?
Glad.
Well, please come then. Quickly.
Grant.
Yes, boy.
Tape. My back hurts so awful.
Yes, boy. Yeah, there, boy. Just a minute. This help now. Mr. Brink's just going to touch you.
No, you're first, Mr. Northrop. So. That's better, isn't it?
Well. He was quite a load before. He's light as a feather now. All right. Here he is. It's his turn.
Yes, he can stand up now. Put him down.
Well, say, look at that. As straight as you please.
Hello, Pud.
Hello, Mr. Brink.
Well, say.
Hello, Grant. Are we deaded?
Must be. I feel like a 2-year-old. How do you feel?
I feel like a 2-year-old, too, Grant.
Mr. Brink, why didn't you tell me it was going to be like this?
My dear man, I've been trying to tell you how pleasant it is to go with me, but you wouldn't listen. Well, come along now. Come along.
Sure. Forward, march, Bud.
Sure, but where are we going, Grant?
What? Oh, yes, by golly, that is important. Where are we going, Mr. Brink?
Don't you remember? Where the woodbine twineth.
Oh, sure. How long will we be there?
For eternity.
How long is eternity, Gramps?
Right smart piece of time, boy.
Anyway, we'll be there together, won't we, Gramps?
You're darn right we will be. Yes, sir, you're darn right.
You have been listening to Paul Osborne's On Borrowed Time, starring Boris Karloff, brought to you by the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education from the bookshelf of the world.